AT&T Stadium as we're going to find out who will go home as champions of the Kinder's Texas Bowl. Another opportunity to put on the headgear and finish this season on a winning note comes in the Texas Bowl. It's the Texas Tech Red Raiders and the Texas A&M Aggies. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
Guys, checking in with Coach McGuire before the game. Coach is using a great motivational tactic in the locker room with his team. He told me this is the best game outside of the playoffs in this postseason, and challenging our guys to put on a show for our fans. They want to make sure people know we will be in the playoff next year, and that motivation all starts here today with a terrific top 25 matchup. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. On the option. Keeps it on first down. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
That last play is the epitome of why you have to have a short-term memory. Just forget about that one. Throwing Reed. That's caught. It's Horton. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Reed. Throws for the tight end. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Touchdown, Red Raiders! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And that is not the start this offense wanted. You're trying to come out, you're trying to create some momentum and get a rhythm and consistency, but you throw the pick six early and put yourself in a hole. Not good.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bussey. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. On the option. Pulls it on the option. And he couldn't find any room to breathe. What a great job on the run fits by this defense.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Reed. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion for...
The lone back's got it. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Defense got it. They're on the run.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll send the back in motion. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Marcel Reed. He's got it. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, it's just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice 1st down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great 2nd down opportunity.
There was nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. A loss of 5 on that play. It'll be 3rd and long. Tight end now in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, Reed. That's a fumble on the play. Scoop and score. Touchdown, Aggies.
The head coach's heart just skipped a beat. Looks like they were going in for the easy touchdown, but he puts it on the ground. Everything's going bad. But Johnny on the spot. Somebody was paying attention, David, and he's able to hop on that ball for a touchdown.
And that's why you always keep competing. Coaches are going to harp on that all the time. Finish the play. You're never out of it. You don't know what's going to happen, and that's a perfect example. Ball gets on the ground. Offensive player now says, oh, crud, I got to jump on it. Jumps on the football and gets a touchdown.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll run this play from the pistol. To the air, it's Hammond. Swings it out to the flat. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
It's a really nice job by the cornerback playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball. And this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Williams.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Fires to the tight end. Gets it out to the 20. That's not enough for the first down. Fourth down coming. A fun postseason battle here. Deadlocked at the end of the first. Here's a quick check of the stats so far. As we move into the second, let's hope the rest of the game lives up to the early start. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on fourth down. Trying to keep this drive alive. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
There are analytics out there in college football that say maybe you can go for that at that point of the field here in the first half. It's still early. If you don't get it, you can come back later in the game, make it up, score some more points, and that mistake will be erased. The problem is right now at this juncture of the game, that was a big-time error. The fact that you didn't get that, you're now gifting your opponent points.
Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, tried to put a little move on him, and it didn't help much. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
One of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it, they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. And they can't make the connection. And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd down, they're in the gun. It's Reed. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And this one splits the uprights. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on. And you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
The Red Raiders offense comes out ready to attack. The give is to Williams. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw. It's Hammond. Caught by Williams on the right. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense. The hand to the running back. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Carter. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. You see his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
The Red Raiders are marching down the field. Makes him talk to the hand.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well,
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Running inside, it's Williams. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll try to power their way ahead. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
And finally, we see a little bit of that, which we talked about coming into this football game. Like, we highlighted him. He's a really good football player. They're going to feature him. He's going to make big plays. Today, the defense has absolutely shut him down. That was actually his longest carry of the day. They're going to need more of that from this offense.
Gets the back moving. Looking to pass inside the red zone. They're working that left side. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to get him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Red Raider. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And they pound the rock. The run game comes through late in the first half when you needed it. Now they take the lead. They take the momentum. That's how you end the first half.
On the extra point. Coming out with it, it's Bussey. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Reed unloads to the wideout. That's caught. It's Craver. Off to the races to the right. Pass to 10. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Into the end zone with a breakaway score.
And it's just such a great way to answer. Your defense just gives up a touchdown, no problem. Offense come out, see what the defense is in. The passing game makes the big play down the field and the immediate answer to get the momentum back in this football game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Hammond. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
Back to pass. That's caught by Williams. Texas Tech will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Over the middle, it's Williams. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. The Red Raiders want to stop the clock, and they use their second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Red Raiders can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Looking to the big tight end. Got a man in the middle. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. Timeout call by the Red Raiders, and now Texas Tech will have no more to use. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To throw, it's Hammond. And they get him down for the sack, and they'll go to the locker room feeling good about their pass rush. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. At the 45, on its way. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Run inside. It's Williams. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Back to throw, it's Hammond. Just a short pass to the tight end. Plows through the defense. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. Throw to the right, looking for the first. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the first down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. And listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that first down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Run in the red zone, it's Dickey. And they're able to get him down.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down. And now maybe...
Might have a chip. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Red Raiders. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. So as soon as they step on the field here in the third quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. Texas A&M going up tempo.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create.
Oh, it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And that one stings for this offense, man, because your defense just gave up points. They grabbed the momentum. You're trying to go get it back. And what do? You cough the football up, put your defense right back on the field. They got to answer the bell this time. Last time they gave up points. This time they're going to need to go bail you out and make you look good.
Looking to throw, it's Hammond. Complete to Williams over the middle. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Great job by this quarterback to beat the blitz, and then the running back made it to the sticks.
Yeah, awesome job. You see a extra guy coming. The running back is not accounted for. Nice job getting it to him and letting him get the first down. Great job, great read.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Quarterback will keep it. Smashes ahead. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Red Raiders!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Play action with Reed. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. And the Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second, regroup before running this next play.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch.
Lost one deep down the right side. A 50-50 ball, and he comes down with it. What a tremendous contested catch. Touchdown, Aggie. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, the defense has got to be kicking themselves. They had the offense pinned back so deep in their own end. It's one thing to give up a completion, but you can't let the receiver go the entire distance and score a touchdown. Bad job
chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Hold and finds his man on the left. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Hammond. The short hand, it's Carter. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup, holding the lead. And now let's take a look at the stats and what has been a nip-and-tuck affair. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They go back to work in the final period of this one.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Got room to work. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air on 1st down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Middle linebackers, they're middle linebackers because they're right in the middle of the defense. You put guys that have a nose for the football because they literally line up over the football every single time. They play the run well, and look at this. How about this? Rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, getting the big sack.
Finding some room. Snowed under by the defense.
This guy's been running hard all game long. In the 4th quarter now with that last run, he's now at 99 yards rushing. One more carry away from potentially reaching that 100-yard milestone that all running backs covet.
Looking for a man. It's Hammond. Finds his tight end. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the 4th quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Oh, better look out! Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the 1st down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Makes a grab and room to run. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders. The Red Raiders surge back on top. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bussey. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here's Reed to throw. looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Texas A&M going quickly.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass, it's Reed. Got a man, it's Morrow. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. In the gun, third down, Reed. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. They're going to go from their own side to the line quickly. A big play here. Throws to the tight end. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on fourth down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Stopped right at the 40-yard line, and this defense celebrating the turnover.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Off play action. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Texas A&M will use its second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Looking to throw, it's Hammond. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Quarterback making adjustments. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Game on the line. Offense has the ball. Down one score. Time winding down. What is better than this? Caught over the middle. It's Riley. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. Throwing Reed. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Now the Aggies will use their last timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
And this offense, man, they're just desperate. Like late in the football game, you're down. They've got to push the ball down the field. They've got to find some explosive plays. And they found one, Jesse, but for the defense.
The four verticals has a better chance of working earlier in the game when it's close, but when you're trailing by a lot and the defense knows you have to throw it, just sending four guys running in a straight line down the field, oftentimes not a tremendous play call.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Even with this lead, they'll throw again. Finds his man. It's Carter. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the three phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to improve.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt. They sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
What a season it has been, and it's been great to share it with you. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.